Well, let us look at logarithms. Example 1 says, find the logarithm of each of the following. Find the logarithm of each of the following. So, part A, we have log to base 2 of 16. Log to base 2 of 16. And in our solution here, we start by writing the question, which is log to base 2 of 16. So in that one, first of all, we need to factorize 16. We need to factorize 16 and so that we can write it in power form. So now when we are writing 16 in power form, we divide using ladder method. So here we have 16. When we divide it by 2, we get 8. Then 8 divided by 2, we get 4. Then 4 divided by 2, we get 2. Then 2 divided by 2, we get 1. So now we are going to write 16 as being 2 times 2 times 2 times 2, which is 2 times 2 times 2 times 2. So 2 there, they are 1, 2, 3, 4. There are 4 of them. So we write 16 as being 2 to power 4. So this one here, we come and substitute in this step. Instead of 16, we write 2 to power 4. So when we write 2 to power 4, we move to the next step so that we continue with the work. And you know, in logarithm, when we have the power, now we have logarithm to base 2 of 2. So these two again, these two here again, we have the power 4. So when the power of that logarithm is there, we drop the power down. We drop this 4, we bring it down this side. So now when we bring it here, it will be as indicated in the example below. So now you can see that the 4 has come here, then log to base 2 of 2. And you know that when the base and the log of that number, if you have the same base, it's having the same as the log of that number. Here, when we have 2 here, then 2 is also here. And it means this one will be equals to 1. So if the base is the same as the figure in front here, we get 1. So that is why we have got 1 in the next step here. So this one is the same as 4 times 1. So 4 times 1, we get 4. So our answer is 4 for this part A of example 1. So let us proceed to part B. In our part B, we have log to base 2 of 9. So log to base 2 of 9, we write the solution. In our solution, we begin by writing log to base 2 of 9. Then we start by factorizing 9. When we're factorizing 9, we can use the ladder method as indicated in the side work here. So that we divide 9 by 3, we get 3. Then 3 times divide by 3, we get 1. So now, instead of writing 9, we write 3 to power 2, because 3 they are 1, 2. So these 3 they are 2. That is why we have put the power to be 2. So instead, in the next step, instead of writing 9 as indicated in the first step here, we are going to write 3 to power 2, which is the exponential form. So now we have 3 to power 2. And now since we have this 3 is having power 2, this power again we have to loop it down, we bring it down here in the next step so that it can look as indicated in the next step here. So 2 is here, then log to base 3 of 3. So if the base is 3, then the number in front also 3, automatically this becomes the same as 1. And now since log, if there is the base is the same as the number in front here, if the base is the same as the number, automatically the log of that number becomes 1. So now, as we can see in the next step here, we know that we now have 2 times 1, because 1 is coming from this upper one here. Because log to base 3 of 3 is the same as 1. Since the base is the same as the number in front, we get 1. So now we can open this bracket by multiplying 2 by 1. 2 times 1 we get 2, as indicated below here. So our answer is going to be 2. That is for part B. Let us come to part C and see how we can go about with part C as well. Now in part C we have log to base 5 of 125. Begin by writing the solution. Of the solution we copy the same thing, which is log to base 5 of 125, so that in the next step we begin by factorizing the 125 using ladder method at the side here, and as well find it by factorizing it without writing it down. But for better understanding, it is good to indicate it at the side here. So 125, when you divide by 5, you get 25. Then 25 divided by 5, we get 5. Then 5 divided by 5, we get 1. So after getting this, instead of 125, which is up here, we know that 125 will now be written as 5 to power 3. So that when we come from the first step, when we come to the next step, we write the power form, which is 5 to power 3. And since this number has got another power, so this power will come down here in the next step. As you can see it down here. So 3 multiplied by log to base 5 of 5. But when the base is the same as the number in front here, automatically it's the same as 1. So now we can check down here in the next step. We can go ahead and see now log to base 5 of 5 is the same as 1, since the base is the same as this number. So that we can open the bracket by multiplying the 3 times 1, which is inside the bracket, then we get 3. So that is for part C. Our answer is 3. So now let us go to part D. In our part D, we have log to base 9 of 81. So in our solution, we begin by repeating the number, which is log to base 9 of 81. So this 81, we begin by factorizing using ladder method. So that instead of 81, we divide each step. And when you're dividing, you must divide it by the base of the logarithm for you to get the answer easily. So since the base is 9 here, we're going to divide each step by 9. And we're dividing this number so that we can write it in power form. So this one, 81, we divide by 9, we get 9. Then 9 divided by 9, we get 1. So that instead of writing 81 as indicated down here, we write 81, which is the same as 9 to power 2. Because this 9 here, there are 2 of them. There are 2 of them. So now we can come down here in the next step. Instead of writing 81, we shall instead write 9 to power 2. When it's 9 to power 2, so since the power is also here in front, we loop it down. We bring it down here. Yeah. So that in the next step, we have it as shown below here. So when we loop this one down, it will be seen as in the step here. So 2 is here, then log to base 9 of 9. So when the base is the same as this number, what we do, this one becomes the same as what? As 1. So that The log to base 9 of 9, we have already got it as being 1 in the bracket down here. So that 2, when you multiply it by the 1 inside the bracket, we get 2. So for that part, our answer is 2. And now, let us go ahead and see a sample of the exercise. In our exercise here, we know exercise we are saying find the logarithm of the number below. Logarithm of the number below. So now what we do, our number 1, we have the question as being log to base 3 of 27. So what is log to base 3 of 27? Right? Do it and give me the answer. So log to base 3 of 27, solve it and give me the answer in the comment. So when you need many more, you search it at Learn with Angelas at youtube.com for many more simple steps in mathematics. You can also send the link to your friends, share it with your friends so that they can also learn it easily. So when you do your answer, you send me the answer for this one in our comment section. Thank you.